varying degrees of physical disability, from having a bit of a limp to full-on Stephen Hawking. And it hits every one of us in some way or another. You may have grandparents who can't walk around without some kind of aid, or know someone who's ginger. Either way you look at it, those of us who aren't disabled have a lot to be thankful for, and those of us who are disabled probably did something heinous in a previous life, and this is your punishment. But it goes without saying that I'm somewhat desensitized to disability, as shown by the shit I just said, and I'm in dire need of some education on the matter. And who better to deliver such a heavy dose of reality than Lindsey of Queer Kid Stuff, the channel that feeds off of fresh childhood in order to shit out such gems as this.
I'm Lindsey.
And I'm Teddy.
Welcome to Queer Kid Stuff. We have two very special guests with us today to tell us about privilege and ability status.
Two guests? Oh, Lindsey, you spoil me. And isn't Teddy a bit high up right now? Are we used to seeing his feet? Maybe she's trying to show us she hasn't broken his legs, and so he's there of his own free will. But you ain't fooling anyone, Lindsey. We know what's up.
Queer Kid Stuff. You are enough here at Queer Kid Stuff. Welcome to the 4th episode in our 5-part series on privilege. You ready, Teddy?
Ready.
He didn't say yes, and anything but yes isn't consent, as you said yourself in the video on consent, so rape.
Now, we have two very special guests with us today to help us figure out what ability status is.
It takes two people. I can do it now. It's being able to take the stairs. And since you aren't supposed to use an elevator in the case of a fire, it's also the privilege of being able to escape a burning building.
You ready to meet them, Teddy?
I'm so excited.
There's no one there. We were promised two and we got none. Has Lindsey finally lost it?
Hey, Lindsey. Hey, Teddy.
Hey, Allie.
Oh, fuck. Today's the day Lindsey forces me to make fun of a disabled. I knew this day would come. Hell, I thought I'd already been doing it all this time. And I thought rolling into shot on a chair was Chris Ray Gunn's thing. This girl's gonna get sued.
Thanks so much for coming on.
It's my pleasure.
You almost knocked the fucking blackboard over, but whatever. Just come in, destroy the set, carry on.
Wait. Lindsey, I thought you said we have two guests.
Thank you, Teddy, the voice of reason as always. Be careful though, because Lindsey's expression is one of bloodlust right now.
We do.
Well, I don't see anyone else. Where are they?
I don't like the knowing faces these girls have at this moment. It makes me think there's a trick coming, like, ooh, Teddy, it's the guy who's had his hand up your ass all this time, yay!
She's right here, Teddy.
Oh shit, either she's referring to her wheelchair or her particularly wide vagina. Either way, it's stupid.
I'm sitting in her. Teddy, meet Twilight Flake. She's my trusty chair.
Alright, naming a chair is one thing, but naming something Twilight Flake? The fucking no name should have Flake in it. What the hell is wrong with you? Well, I mean, besides, never mind.
Oh, I see. Hi, Twilight Flake. It's great to meet you. Cool.
That's how chairs say hello then. Bitch all you want about Queer Kid Stuff, but none of us knew that.
Allie, what are your pronouns and how do you identify?
Oh, for fuck's sake, Teddy, why? Why do you need to? You've not once used someone's pronouns. You always refer to them by name. Why do you need to know, you fuzzy little asshole?
I use she, her, and I identify as bisexual.
Great. Does Twilight Flake have pronouns?
It's a fucking chair on wheels, you wanker. What do you think?
Twilight Flake likes she, her pronouns.
Oh, it does have pronouns. I'll just go suck a dick then.
Okay.
Allie, Teddy and I have been talking a lot about privilege and why some people might have it and others don't.
But everyone has some form of privilege, don't they? Look at Allie. She has massive tits. Now they come with their own rewards.
I love that. Privilege is really important to talk about.
Definitely.
Yeah, not really. I mean, it doesn't change anything. At the end of this episode, Allie isn't gonna walk home because you had a good chat about disability, is she? Is she?
So I think Teddy has a question for you.
Go for it, Ted.
Allie, can you tell us what ability?
You're a fucking moron, Teddy.
Are you talking about ability, Teddy?
Yeah, ability.
There's a lot to talk about, Teddy.
Oh, brilliant. But the original video is only 6 minutes long, Allie, so walk us through it quickly, yeah? Oh, wait, no, I mean, just give us the rundown. Oh, shit, I mean, don't tiptoe around it. Oh, bollocks, just take it step by step. Fuck!
Okay, so you can obviously see that Lindsay doesn't use a chair to get around and I do, right?
Well, yeah.
Alright, you sassy little fuck. Lindsay's gonna mess you up if you don't quit with the attitude, Teddy. And a lot of people are putting a lot of work to save you from this cult, so don't ruin it.
That's because I'm an able-bodied person. That's my ability status.
Exactly.
I'm guessing we're not counting your weapons-grade autism in your ability status then?
Because I use a chair to get around, I'm not able-bodied. That's sometimes called being differently abled or disabled.
Oh, right. So on your ability status, it would just say no. I miss when this show was about the gays.
That's what we're talking about when we talk about ability status. Everyone has an ability status whether they identify as able-bodied, differently abled, or disabled.
Whoa, you just said identify. So what the fuck, Ali? Just identify as someone who can walk. That's how it works, isn't it?
I usually prefer to say that I am disabled, but everyone identifies as different.
Not true. The majority of people are blissfully unaware of this whole identity bullshit, and have you noticed it only becomes a problem when they do know about it? Not in the case of disability. Obviously, there isn't much we can do there, but if you truly are what you identify as, stop being fucking disabled.
We've met a lot of people who identify totally differently, right, Teddy?
Yeah. Everyone has their very own special identity.
Wow, you guys really embraced the whole special snowflake thing, didn't you? I'm kind of impressed.
That's a great way to think about it, Teddy. You should also know that sometimes it's really easy to tell if someone is differently abled or disabled, but sometimes it isn't.
Great, so now thanks to Queer Kid Stuff, there's gonna be legions of kids wondering if they're disabled, and if you actually watch Queer Kid Stuff, then yes you are.
You shouldn't assume that someone's ability status is based on how they look.
Just like you shouldn't assume someone's gender.
Or pronouns.
Sorry, did you just imply all these gender fluid fuckwads are mentally disabled? Because I have no problem with that.
The biggest thing you need to know about people like me who are differently abled or disabled is that our bodies work a little bit differently than able-bodied people like Lindsay.
Well, not the best example really, but you're working with what you got. I appreciate that.
And that's where privilege comes in. I have a lot of privilege because I'm able-bodied.
No, you get treated the same as the majority of people because you're able-bodied. That's not privilege. That's getting treated the same as the majority of people.
Getting around for me can be a little bit hard because not everything is made for people like me. So I have to get around a little bit differently than able-bodied people.
Yeah, on wheels. We can see that, Ali. Even a child could grasp that idea without it being explained.
Like going up and down ramps instead of stairs. But just because I use a chair doesn't mean that I can't do a lot of cool things just like everyone else.
Of course it doesn't, and more power to you. But do you think describing people who can walk around as privileged might cause some disabled kids to become extremely angry? When you imply that being in a wheelchair isn't a disadvantage, it's just other people have an advantage, is there a chance that they'll become bitter to those you have deemed privileged?
Allie, I have another question for you, but I don't know if I'm allowed to ask it.
Well, you can ask me anything, Teddy.
Wash your cup size. Seriously, they are mahoosive.
Okay, one sec.
Yeah, get the disabled girl to come to you. Great move, Teddy.
You know, Teddy, that's a good question, and I get it all the time.
Well, what fucking was it? Did he ask for help? Can you smuggle him out of there, Ali? Sit on him or stick him in the spokes of one of your wheels, anything.
Do you mind if I tell them what you asked me?
Teddy just nodded. We all saw that. He does mind, Ali. Don't blow his cover, you bitch.
Okay, Teddy asked me why I use a wheelchair.
Because she's disabled, you spastic. Fucking hell, do you pay any attention at all, Teddy?
When I was 2 years old, I was in a car accident and injured my spinal cord. The spinal cord sends messages from your brain to other parts of your body.
Well, this part is far from the comedy goldmine I expected it to be. There's not really anything funny about road accidents unless it involves a car stuffed full of clowns.
The messages that I send from my brain to my legs get stuck, which means I can't communicate with my legs.
Have you tried asking them politely?
Teddy, I know that you felt uncomfortable asking me why I use a wheelchair, and next time you can ask me, what's your story instead? That will make me feel and you feel really comfortable.
How could you get more comfortable? You're already sat down. I'm not asking what's your story. That's just about as indirect as you can get. And in my experience, most disabled people prefer if you don't fuck about and just ask. Unless you're asking which transformer they are. They don't like that.
Okay, then what's your story, Allie?
I get to use my wheelchair to get around.
See how she said, I get to use my wheelchair? Careful word in there to make it sound positive. Now who's privileged, eh?
Every day. It's pretty fun. And I love rolling down hills really, really fast.
I'm actually really glad she said that because I've always wondered, you know? There's loads of questions like that. How often do you need to buy shoes? What's your relationship with gravel? Were you offended when Limp Bizkit released Rollin'? Do you carry a spare tyre? Have you ever needed to defend yourself? And if so, how? These are all specific questions that just aren't covered by What's Your Story?
I have an idea. Why don't I show you how I do a couple of things? Okay, I'm gonna show you how I get into the car or into bed.
Fuck that! How about you show us how you clicked your fingers and made Lindsey disappear?
It's called a transfer. First, I'm gonna put on my brakes so my wheelchair doesn't move.
Smart girl, see? Not just a pretty face and a set of legs that won't quit because, well, they did.
Then, I'm gonna use my upper body strength to lift my body from this chair to that chair. 1, 2, 3. Ta-da!
Classy as fuck. Nicely done. Now grab Teddy and spin the fuck out of there.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us, Allie, and for teaching us all about ability.
Well, she taught us about disability, actually, Lindsey. Don't trigger Allie or she'll roll up on you.
You're so welcome, Lindsey.
Thank you so much for watching, and to Allie and Twilight Flake for helping us out today.
Did she just thank the chair? She just thanked the chair. Why did you thank the chair? It was literally only there to support Allie. I quite liked this episode, though. The girl was so upbeat and friendly and had big tits, and it was nice to see another female on this show that doesn't have a Nazi haircut. And we got to see how a wheelchair says hello, which of course wasn't spoken, but actually some form of sign language, which suggests another disability. It's just the blind leading the blind. Thanks for watching, guys. Please consider becoming a patron to keep my liver oppressed. And check me out on VidMe because this video is bound to get flagged by any retard that doesn't have gimpy arms. The links are in the description, and remember, stand up against disability.